welcome back to another movie review with NCUT. This is Fast X. We had just watched the movie, and I can say, as The Rock says, this is the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen. It's just it's ridiculous. But so Jason Momoa's acting in this was so good. I think he almost made the movie just with his take on it. And also, I really enjoyed John Cena's part because he was super funny, like he always is. Like it reminds me of Trainwreck and stuff. Like one of those funny comedians who gets a bit of comic relief, and it really changed the direction of the movie. I like both of those guys in this movie.
Plays the brain dead buff jock really well.
Yeah,
just like
he
the
does.
guy who's literally just there to make. He's this big, scary looking guy, and then he's just dumb.
Yeah. He's the nicest guy. He's just a nice guy in the world.
He's literally typecasted for that role now, unfortunately for him.
And
but
the best bit of his character was when he hit the attitude adjustment through the floor. I was like, yes, thank God.
Hit the FU.
That was dope. That shit was lit. And what else that we saw was that the respects that they paid this whole movie. So let me just say, by opening this movie up is basically rewatch number 5, and that is half of this movie.
The first 28 minutes of this movie is Fast and Furious 5.
Yep, all they do is
not complaining. That's the best Fast and Furious. Absolutely, series. I'm not complaining, but
absolutely. Paul Walker's back. Yep. It's amazing. He's out from the grave. He's back. Here we go.
Vin Diesel's 10 years younger.
Yep, Vin Diesel has not aged a day. And they are all back stealing the vaults and stuff. And this is now the leader, or whoever the guy was who owned Rio. He was the richest guy in Rio. His son is Jason Momoa. And now that...
And Momoa's just been, crop cutted into the background of these scenes.
Yeah, every scene.
Same with Alan Rickson. Has just been bloody cropped into the back of these scenes that have already been filmed and released in a movie.
Yep.
They've just been cropped into them now, so that all of a sudden they were there the whole time,
apparently. Apparently they're the ones chasing him. And the ones who was knocked off the bridge with that when Vin Diesel came back and let Paul Walker go for safety. And he survived the crash in the river. And he was there, chilling, which is crazy. But anyway, some of the stunts in this movie, I've noticed, they were really cool, but that's all they are, right? It's just cool stunts, and there's nothing really much going on with this movie. This is Geordie and I talking about 15 minutes of just pure shit about how bad this movie was. But if you can take some strengths out of it, these were the strengths. John Cena, Jason Momoa, two of the best actors in this movie.
And if Jason Momoa ever decides that he wants to play a Batman villain, I don't think he'll ever go back to that series ever again because of how he's been treated on it.
In DC, for sure.
But if he ever decides he wants to be some sort of a Batman villain, he has it. He has absolutely.
He has crazy eyes in this one. He plays a lot like Jared Leto's Joker in the Suicide Squad. Yep. Very similar. He's very flamboyant in this movie, which is a different take, and I think
zesty.
He's very zesty in this. It's a different take, and the different take was. I don't think it was good or bad, to be honest. I think it was just a different take, and that's all it is. And if you like this type of evolution of what Fast and Furious is becoming for the trilogy, because this is the last bit that they're doing, then you will like this movie to watch, I guess, for a little bit. It's like a once-off watch. There's no way you'd be going back to say it's the best movie in the world, like or every other cast says on every news thing. Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Ludacris, Tyrese, all these people saying they should get Oscars and stuff for this movie. Crazy. Or for the series or the franchise, whatever. Crazy.
One thing you will give them, though, is a thumbs up for their ability to market this film. By saying stuff like that.
By saying, outlandish shit, for sure.
Exactly. Which, guess what? Gets you talking about it, gets you thinking about it.
They've done the Jake Paul scenario.
And that's one of the big things with Fast and Furious. I mean, you look even now, it came out last week or the week before, I think, and it's already made $550 million at the box office. It does have a name, and it draws you in.
But as you would say...
Even after 10 films, people are still going and seeing it. 10 films!
Yeah, but as you and I were saying before, they always say, this is the last film, this is the last film, and that's how they hook you.
Yeah.
That's how they hook you in. And
that was
once they've made
definitely a conscientious marketing move right there to say, this is going to be the last one, and then... 3 weeks before it drops, they go, oh, by the way, it's the last one, but it's in 3 parts.
Yes. Then they get you with that. Then you got to come back for it. And that's just smart marketing, isn't it? That's how anyone's ever going to see this. Marketing. That's how everyone's ever going to see this movie, is that if it's going to be the last one, because they have built such a good franchise for so long, is that people just want to see it end. And this is their way of trying to end it. And they're doing it 3 parts. And they've left it on a big cliffhanger, but... And I mean that metaphorically, and I mean that realistically, because in the last scene that they have left on a cliffhanger, literally. And another cool thing that we saw in there was... another thing that we loved about this movie was that we realized how wrong we were about Captain Marvel. This has to be the greatest Captain Marvel movie relation or whatever you want to call it.
It's true.
We were wrong. Maybe Captain Captain Marvel is the greatest movie. We're so sorry, bro. If we ever do get to interview you in one of these days, we'll apologise in person. Now, let's go on to the negatives of the movie, because I've said the strengths. Let's go to the negatives. Why the hell did we move away from realism and go into mythology?
I mean, it went
ridiculous.
It went away from that when Roman and Ludacris's character, I can't remember what his name is.
Tez.
Roman and Tez flew in space in a car.
That was fun.
And then somehow re-entered the Earth's atmosphere and landed without being melted into a ball of absolute nothingness.
In a car.
Yeah,
in a car.
Not a spaceship, a car.
A car.
A car made out of aluminium steel.
Yeah.
Where a spaceship is made with,
aluminium that they found in your cupboard that you wrap your food in to keep it warm. That's what they used.
Yeah.
And I was trying to say to Geordie before, I was really trying to think of when they changed from realism to mythology. And one of the bits I was thinking was it had to be when, in 5, obviously, two cars are not going to grab a fucking vault.
Yeah.
But in saying that, when Hobbs, which is The Rock, broke his arm, and he goes, Daddy needs to go to work or whatever, and just snaps the cast with a dude. Yeah. Shut the fuck up! No way would that happen.
even ejectocito cars is far fetched, but that is true that could happen. Ejectocito.
I mean, it's kind of unbelievable, but it's semi-believable, which makes it okay. Yeah. But this other shit of them going in space, Vin Diesel holding up the fucking Babylon Tower. What else have they done? A plane going from North America to fucking around the world and back to China, ending in China, makes no sense. How long that goddamn runway was. I mean,
Vin Diesel lifts the whole car up here with one arm.
Yes.
In this film, he lifts a car up with one arm, doesn't even get in the squat position or anything like that. Just bends over,
stiff leg,
lifts a 2.5 ton car up with no trouble whatsoever, and then is getting shot at by a high end, 50 cal sniper rifle, and uses a car door as a shield, Captain America style, to deflect bullets.
Yeah. There was a lot of actually, not even homages. It was like rip-offs of other movies. Like we saw John Cena was dancing like they're doing Rush Hour.
that was straight out of Rush Hour. That scene.
Straight theft.
When Lee and Carter, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker are literally dancing to the song War, doing the dance moves, and especially the everyone would know it. The bob your head to one side, bob your head to the other side, moving the shoulders. Scene, which is literally in a car in Rush Hour. Yeah. John Cena and the child actor who plays Vin Diesel's son in this movie did the exact same scene, stolen straight out of that movie.
There was even some one-liners as well was stolen.
And I'll let it slide because it's John Cena, but it's just like
that's the only exception they get.
Straight out of Rush Hour. Yeah. First thing I thought when I saw that. Straight out of Rush Hour.
So they did a lot of theft little bits like that as well, and there was
it's just lazy.
It's lazy writing, shit writing. By the way, talk about shit writing. Why the hell were there 45 one-liners? Like the music stops, everything stops.
Pause for effect one-liners.
Yeah, zoom in cameras, one-liner. You didn't take my car. Yeah. You didn't take my child.
I'm not very hard to find. We get it. You like the one-liners. You like the pause for effects. But we've been seeing Vin Diesel do this for 10 movies now. Come on. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just get it over and done with, honestly. At this point, I don't even want to go watch the other 2 trilogies they have planned, because the second one is going to be the worst. We all know that. The second one's going to be the worst because it's just cliffhanger on cliffhanger and some bullshit bigger stuff's going to happen. Filler. Third is going to be obviously the climax, and that's when I'll go back and watch that peak. But there's no way I'm watching 2. So, this one right now. Watch once, don't ever watch again, because you will never forget it, because it's a bullshit movie. Yep. And all the acting was also very mid in this. Han and, as always, John Cena and Momoa. Momoa definitely kept this whole movie afloat with his take on that. He kept the movie afloat.
Actually, thinking of it, whoever that girl is who's Chris Hemsworth's wife's Elsa, what's her name? Elsa. Her sister, or alleged sister.
Yeah, when she was in the movie all the way back in Fast 5 and 6, I think.
Yes, this attractive girl, whoever she is, she comes in and tries to be a family member, and it doesn't make sense because Dom dated, so she's not related.
Yeah, bring out your family tree.
And she said nephew.
Makes no sense. Yeah,
she said nephew for some reason.
I've never seen this girl ever. And she goes, "Oh, how'd you know I was related to whatever Elsa Potensi's character's name is?" She goes, "Oh, how did you know that I was related to her?" So obviously this is the first time they've ever met.
Yeah, ever.
So it's like. And you're just inviting this guy into your home?
And he also goes, because of the smile.
Yeah. And you say,
shut the fuck up.
And you say, go and save my nephew. You've never even met the kid.
Yeah.
How do you even know he has a kid? You don't even know who he is.
You're not related.
It
doesn't make any sense.
And then they decide on the one guy who gets killed in the whole show that you're meant to feel something for is some random fifth string character who no one even knows who he is.
He was in there 3 times.
Yeah, he's in the movie twice.
Yep, 3 times.
If you wanted to make it stick like it did back in the day, you kill Han.
Yeah, or Gal Gadot. Or Gal Gadot.
Exactly.
Leave her dead.
And then you bring both of those people back.
Yep.
It's like, it just takes away, like when that guy died, you're just like, oh, okay, he's dead.
Yeah,
but
cool.
Watch him come back because the car was made out of fucking titanium steel and it was fireproof or something, even though it blew up. Like it's...
And come to think of it, when Jason Momoa, before he blew that guy up, he said, which family member you're going to choose. So even Jason knew. How the fuck did Jason know?
Yeah,
I know he's done 15 years of research or whatever it is, but he got somehow this chick to come in, and now she's a driver or a racer or whatever. And there's only one race, stunt race or drag race, in the whole goddamn movie. It's a Fast and Furious movie.
And and the race itself, before it gets stupid, lasts 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden it's back to, all right, one of these cars is going to blow up and someone's going to die. It's like,
who's going to save? Which one?
Yeah.
And he saves the chick who was just fucking met.
Once again, stolen straight out of Batman Dark Knight. Right?
And on top of all that, they redo the scene when they bring all the guns out when Hobbs comes and first confronts him in Brazil, and he does the same thing again. And another fuck up I saw was when I think Alan Rickson or whatever that guy's name is, a big dude who's the cop. He goes, if we track Brie Larson's last location, we will know where Dom's been, because he sees Brie Larson shows the cross to Michelle in prison, and they go track him back and we'll find, and he's found him in Rio. They haven't been to Brazil yet. The track was supposed to go to Rome.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking show Rome, it showed Brazil. It made no goddamn sense either. Shit writing, shit typecasting, hate it.
Naples.
Yeah, in Naples.
Yeah,
sorry, Naples. Well, that's not in Rome. Sorry, not in Rome. In Naples. My bad.
So Italy.
Yeah, which is Naples. This is fucking ridiculous. I don't understand how they've done that.
And obviously they couldn't get Jeff. Is it Jeff Bridges? No, Kurt Russell. Sorry, they obviously couldn't get Kurt Russell to come back into the film, which
Mr.
I don't
Nobody.
blame Kurt Russell.
Mr. Nobody.
And so instead of bringing Kurt Russell back, they bring Brie Larson as Mr. Nobody's daughter.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even matter that he's her daughter? So what? Even this special agency that they work for is just reeked of nepotism. So because she's his daughter, she comes in as like the new leader of that. What? That's not how these things work. Like, it's just lazy.
It is. It's lazy.
Stupid.
No knowledge. Apparently, she's had all the training in the world. Just comes right into number 2 spot, and it's just weird.
And can walk in with God's Eye, which is like the most powerful weapon in the world.
And where did she get it?
And she just walks straight into this supposed agency that's top secret and has agents all over the world and the highest of techs. And she walks straight in, walks straight out with their number one thing.
Yep.
No one cares.
No one gives a shit.
And it's on a little tablet.
Yep.
It can't be tracked.
Ridiculous. And somehow Momoa knows that she's had it too.
And then
how the fuck does he know?
And then yes, they're bringing back all these characters that have been in the show and all that. And then all of a sudden, now comes Skeet Davidson.
Oh, why is Skeet in there?
And Pete Davidson, Skeet, is in there for a cameo for all of 30 seconds. A useless character. Added nothing to the whole movie.
He makes drug muffins, and Han gets high on them for 5 seconds, and Roman and Tess fight.
Yeah, and Han has a drug scene where he's tripping for 5 seconds. For nothing.
For no reason.
For no reason. And then it just goes away.
Just comical relief or type some bullshit.
Literally comical relief.
So lazy on this script. It's fucking ridiculous.
And it makes no sense as well. I mean, I know people move up to other countries or whatnot, but it's Pete Davidson. He owns a internet cafe in London as an American. It just makes no sense.
That doesn't make any sense,
He couldn't put on a British accent for 5 seconds.
He can't act. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen his acting, to be honest, but that's the first time I've seen him in a movie.
He's okay in some stuff.
That's the first time I've seen him in a movie and it was dog shit. I mean, the whole movie was dog shit.
Yeah. I know they want to bring him into it because obviously he's going to have a bigger role. He doesn't have very much of a big role in this one, but Jason Statham is just, once again, useless in this movie. Like, as in, he's just comedic relief.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds, I don't know.
It was almost like this was such a random setup for to bring him in, because they say his mother's on the list of like people to get killed. So now he's been brought in to try obviously save his mum. Yep. But that was it's a nothing scene. It's nothing point. It's a dead end. Yep. It's going to be probably recapped in 3. Just bring it in 3 and bring him back. It makes no sense. And
it will be interesting to see what they do in this next film, because like you said, if it's 3 parts, which apparently it is. The second film is always just filler to get you to the third film. I can't imagine what they're going to have to... We're just going to have a whole other film of them just being secret agents, essentially. And then the third one's going to be them being secret agents again. It's like...
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
It's not when Charlize Theron kills all the bad guys. It's not that.
Yeah.
Which,
once again, another stupid scene. You know, Charlize Theron has 38 guys with guns pointed at her.
Yeah.
And she single-handedly, whilst being stabbed in the gut, subdues every single one of them with no weapons.
Yeah, none.
Not one of those guys. And yeah, she had some sort of a hacker tool that could deactivate the weapons, which would make sense because she's a hacker and she's a genius. But 40 guys in the room, and she takes every single one of them down while being stabbed in the gut.
Yep, makes no sense.
It's just far-fetched.
It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, and on top of that, even more far-fetched, she survives a falling fucking elevator by someone else being under her while she's holding him, and he gets stabbed, and she misses it somehow. They're same body line.
Yeah.
You'd be squished like a goddamn fucking ant underneath a boot.
I mean, Vin Diesel lifts a whole two-ton
Oh
car,
my god,
so
that too.
Yeah, no, Vin Diesel lifts up. I think we already spoke about.
We have, but the believability is fucking ridiculous. It's a Mustang, and he's modified it. Another thing, why can he lift a Mustang with one arm that's 2.5 ton, yet 2 helicopters shoot into the side and can't lift it, and he can fucking what?
Yeah.
Dude, bring the realism back. This is bullshit.
It shouldn't even really be called Fast and Furious anymore. It should just be called, like
fantasy fucking
the,
X or some shit.
Yeah, it's just it's sort of a stain on the Fast and Furious franchise. For me personally, the franchise finished in number 5.
Yeah, they lost it in 5. Leave it in 5. Fuck it off. And
or at least don't call this Fast and Furious. Call it like a Fast and Furious spin-off or a Fast and Furious series, and then call it like, the Toretto's mission to clear their names. Just don't call it Fast and Furious. This is Fast and Furious.
The Toretto's that somehow get cars to go in space and transform into Optimus Prime. That's going to be next one. They're going to have a collaboration with Megatron, and he's going to be the bad guy, and Optimus Prime's going to be a good guy. Come back and save him. Cybertron's coming. Ridiculous. So anyway, guys. This is. I mean, I don't know how we're just going to go on about the same shit. This is how I summed it up in the first 10 seconds of this podcast, and that's how it's going to stay.
And this is the sort of feeling and emotion that this movie evoked now, because it's just so it's just ridiculous. It's just so stupid. It's stupid.
And I love Vin Diesel. But this is just fucking. Tell him to end it.
And his acting's just gone out the door as well. It's we get it when you're speaking a low hushed voice, really slowly, so it seems more thought provoking and everything like that. But Dom Toretto used to be a really good sort of character. Now it's just drawn out one-liners talking about family every 3 sentences. I literally think he said family every 10 minutes. Yeah, it's just to wrap
up this movie, this is the worst piece of shit ever I've ever seen. This is 1. This is rated 1 in my opinion, and will stay 1 forever.
I'll give it probably a 4, only because the stunts in it are pretty. It's still pretty cool. The CGI. As stupid as it was, not real or anything like that, the CGI is still pretty good. It would want to be for a $340 million budget.
Yeah, and, you'd want to.
But yeah, storyline,
And the only reason why I have this at 1 is because of Momoa and John Cena. Only reason. Those two
carried the film.
These can fuck off.
They did. They carried the film.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, this has been another podcast of NCUT. Catch.
Peace.
I think so. And cut.